I don't know why it didn't.
Yep. You are live.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
There's this weird person on the screen. Do a dab.
I don't know why I immediately did what Tim said. I'm supposed to save I'm supposed to save 17 dabs for when I beat this absolute bitch.
Lou jumped up to say hi.
I see that.
Loot.
Hello, Loot. Do you want to watch the stream? Oh, don't be traumatized. It's not real.
I like that it wasn't like don't be sad, it was don't be traumatized. We're just gonna skip straight to that step.
I mean, don't you?
It's a monster with its head in a cage. Oh, and then there's the game.
It's okay, the webcam footage can't hurt you.
My head is not in a cage.
Headphones are kind of a really crappy cage.
Tim, what do you consider a cage? Like, if you put your hand inside of a sandwich bag to get a sandwich, is your hand momentarily in a cage? I'm in a house, does that count, Tim?
Yes.
You can be locked inside it, so yes.
Well, I'm inside a room.
Absolutely be cages.
I'm inside the office in my house, so I'm technically inside of a cage inside of a cage.
Like your nose was in that one episode.
Aren't we all just kind of trapped on Earth? So...
Elon Musk isn't.
Or Lance Armstrong.
With his
I'm
baby
sorry.
steps.
yeah,
I mean Neil Armstrong?
Yep.
Isn't Lance Armstrong the one missing a nut?
And Buzz Lightyear. Not missing a nut. I think it should be... Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen I've never seen Buzz Lightyear's...
Actually, you know what? I've never actually seen Toy Story porn.
Lucky
Which is
you.
weird, because the characters are named Buzz and Woody.
Yeah, I know it exists.
Huh.
Just, you know.
I have seen Bionicle porn.
Well, of course.
Yep.
That shit fucks.
Legit, though?
Yes, that's what porn is for.
I was gonna say, isn't that the point of porn?
There was an incredibly good... Like, I'm mad to say it, but there was a very good GIF I saw that someone made Bionicle porn of, and it was, stop motion. With, like, size changing.
Wow.
With, I cannot believe it was that well done, especially because I cannot believe someone went through the effort to make that good of Bionicle porn, of all things.
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask and scared to search.
Yeah, just don't look it up, is what I would suggest. Or talk about it, or think about it.
Too late. You failed all of this.
I mean, I have the GIF on my phone, I think, because it's fun to just send to people out of context with absolutely no thought behind it.
Okay, send it.
Now I'm good.
There's
Right now, it would have
sorry, wrong
context.
number. See what happens.
Yeah, right. You're right. Right now it does have context, so
Yeah.
can't do it. Later, when we've forgotten about it.
There's also no place that I can put it that all three of you can see it that isn't, like, a public room. I don't think. Because I
Business
don't...
and broadcast.
Does that take... Yeah, I guess it does. I'll put it in there if she continues to thoroughly kick my ass. Because apparently you guys desire it.
Yeah, of course.
I
We love
really don't desire
Bionicles,
your
and we
ass.
want to be loved by Bionicles.
Bionicle was fucking great. I miss that shit.
Yeah, it was good.
Before the dark times. Before the reboot.
Tim, that doesn't exist anymore. I'm joking. It exists.
What does?
You briefly gave me hope that they had retconned the reboot out of existence.
Wait, what reboot?
Oh no.
Alright, are you talking about the reboot? No.
Are you talking about Ninjaga? Because that's not Bionicle.
No,
No.
that's not Miracle.
No. I mean an actual reboot. It had a Netflix show and everything.
I don't know how I never heard about that.
Probably because it kind of sucked.
I mean, yeah, but like, I imagine I would have at least like heard of it. Oh man, I have no idea where this is gonna be on my phone. I mean, I know it's in my shitpost folder, but there's like 195 images in that folder.
Is it from all the shit posting?
Yeah, it's usually like I have a friend of mine that like I would every time I found something shitposty, I would like save it and then immediately send it to him. And so it's just a folder of a weird amount of shit that I have found to send to him.
Is this Blake?
Yep.
Is 66 the order to kill all the Jedi?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. My coffee earlier killed Jedi.
Excellent.
I have drive-through order 66.
Yep.
So it's just a drive-by.
Do you like your coffee on the dark side?
Yes. It was just a drive-by murder of all of the Jedi.
Yes.
I mean, black as sin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What do you put in your coffee? Coffee.
A spoon sometimes.
A spoon. You doing Dalgona coffee or something?
Doing what coffee?
Dalgona coffee.
Oh, actually, yeah, I made some of that the other day.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Do not be mistaken, though. It was not for me. I want it known by everyone that I do not drink coffee.
Yeah, me either.
Get fucked! Yes!
You did it!
Yay!
17 dabs!
I knocked down so much shit just now. It's fine. It's all fine. My headphones came off on that.
Suddenly, power outage.
Essentially, like...
You did it. Good job.
That, like, hurt me to dab that many times. Not, like, because I don't like dabbing, but physically, I think I like, might have somehow bruised something.
You pulled something?
It was the rapid succession. Oh my god.
Whiplash.
Imagine having to explain that to a doctor. And how did this injury occur? I dabbed too many times.
He's like, oh yeah, we call that Fortnite elbow.
Fortnite's really not a dabbing thing. That'd be if you got your injury from flossing.
I don't want to call it Pogger's elbow. But I do also want to call it Pogger's elbow.
It's Pogger's elbow.
You're like, you mean tennis elbow? And they're like, no, I do not.
That I would stoop to such a low activity
So I'm gonna go to Castle Canehurst now.
and go kill that snowy king guy.
Yeah.
How many more bosses are there?
I don't know. Not too many, though. I know of the one I'm about to fight. I know of one more boss, at least in the DLC. I don't think there's any besides that one. I think we might just be down to like 3.
Oh.
Wow.
What are you doing next? Code Vein?
I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna fight everything in Tony Hawk.
What I really want
Including
to
the
do
physics
next
engine.
is something that isn't at all related to fighting, but it's the best goddamn game in existence, and it's Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer, because that's a
Animal
thing now.
Crossing.
Yep.
Sorry, I might have misread that cue.
Yeah, I think you did. Because Animal Crossing does have fighting.
Does it?
I've decided.
Did you say fighting?
It
Yeah.
kind of does, yeah.
I mean, you can hit villagers with a bug catching net to try to make them move.
And also there are the spiders.
Doesn't necessarily work, but well, I mean that's just catching them with the net again.
You mean with the mobile cage?
Yeah, that one.
With the cage on a stick.
That is what a net is, yes. It is a cage on a stick.
I would disagree.
The cage just happens to be a net.
Yeah, because cages generally are not half spherical and also with one end completely open.
And yet that end closes once it's been deployed.
No? Nets... Bug catching nets do not close, Tim.
Then how do you keep the bugs from getting out?
You don't. As soon as you catch it, you reach your fucking hand in and pick up the tarantula like a savage.
Yeah, so your hand closes the aperture so the tarantula can't get out until you grabbed it.
It didn't close the aperture. It's just that tarantulas apparently decide that as soon as you catch them, they just don't want to fight anymore.
I mean, to be fair, I don't want to fight someone who just, runs over with a net, catches a tarantula, reaches it, and grabs it.
Yeah, like, that is, like, every time I see them do that, I'm like, no!
So yeah, if the tarantula can get to your ankles, you're screwed. But your hand, man, they don't want to mess
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
no, like, tarantulas aren't deadly, it's just that your ankles are generally allergic to them.
I want one.
What's up, fucker?
You can't have one.
Yeah, you know. Look,
You
there's
see, the
spiders.
secret is the Animal Crossing villager is actually Achilles.
This dude just straight up decided to ascend real quick for a second. Like, I was about to go in on him, and he's like, he did it again! He's just out! What the fuck?
So he's
Going up?
Achilles, and is Tom Nook's mortgages his 12 trials or 20 trials or whatever?
At least 7, because that's how many house upgrades you can get.
In this game, but then there's all the others.
Give it time for DLC.
I don't know if Animal Crossing does DLC. Also, wow, that fight was a lot easier than the last
I mean,
time
until this year,
tried.
Pokemon didn't do DLC.
You don't know if they do DLC yet.
I mean, Animal Crossing is pretty much their biggest franchise right this second.
Everyone does DLC eventually.
Not everyone, but it would probably be wise from a profit standpoint to do DLC for this. Especially if you can get it out sooner rather than later.
Have you ever seen a picture more majestic than this?
Yes.
I don't think
Yes.
so. That's not true. That's fake news.
You
Y'all,
are
killed.
literal majesty, so...
y'all just jealous of my dope-ass crown.
No.
No, it's okay. You can say it. You'll feel better.
It.
See?
Having trouble there.
Okay,
Someone's
I'll
trying to
admit it.
mute me.
I am jealous of your dope ass crown.
As long as you think it's dope, I win.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe I finally beat her. I'm actually really excited about that. There is
Good job, man.
a point where I saw her health low, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have looked at that. That was a bad idea.
So, today I
Everyone-
went to a farmer's market and a restaurant supply store. And pretty much the only...
Was this 2 separate trips? Or is this a
Correct.
combined store that I haven't heard of?
No, it is not a mythical combined store that you haven't heard of that would just... I would pay to have a bed put in, and I would live there. But like
You
the
mean
only...
yarn store coffee shop that I want to go to that doesn't exist.
I mean, that really should exist, though.
It should.
But it would probably go the same way as, Borders.
Except for the fact that books, you can stare at and get what you want from them, but yarn, you make things out of it.
Oh no, I just
It's
look at
really-
it and imagine what I could create, which is just better than creating. It's like when you're a writer and you just look at paper and you're like, yeah, I could write
you
a
knit?
great story.
Yeah, I would argue that books are in fact consumable.
I just mean
Anyway,
the problem Borders had was
John,
not
you went
enough
shopping
great
today.
books.
Yeah, and the only place more dangerous for me to go is like a spice shop.
Yep.
Or like a saw labyrinth. You probably that'd probably be dangerous.
You know what? You're right. It probably would be dangerous for me to go in a saw labyrinth. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about that.
Probably less so. Did you just fall through the map?
That was like water, and apparently you just fall. Like it's. I could kind of tell that it was gonna fall off, but I just wanted to
Castle
try it.
underwater?
And yeah, that was just deep water, and you can't swim.
But there was a castle.
Yeah, that's because this village has, or this like area has been completely flooded with water. So that's like an old castle that has been completely like sunk, which is a really cool look. And I love that
Why
you
is
can't
there-
tell until you die in it.
Sunk castle that you can't explore.
Well, I mean,
That's
I
a
literally
crime.
did just explore a castle, so like,
But we couldn't see it.
They put it there for the fish.
But he looks like a fish.
That's rude.
Yes!
No.
Oh,
Fish
is it a
everywhere are You're crying out in anger. Blub 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 blub.
Oh no, the bubbles. Vikenworth.
So, what are some really dangerous shops for y'all to go in?
Darn.
I'd say a saw labyrinth shop, like if you like a place where you buy saw labyrinths. Probably very dangerous.
The Renaissance Festival.
Yeah.
Computer hardware.
The
Alright,
like a-
fucking
like a
nerd,
micro
get out of
center.
here with your nerd shit, Tim.
Because
What was
like,
that, John?
there's some things like I love Legos, but like I can go to the Lego section of a big box store and not buy anything. I can't go into a farmer's market or a restaurant supply depot or a spice shop and not buy something.
I will say, going into a like Lego section of a store definitely like does not feel like a problem. Going into the Lego store in Disney Springs was a trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
so
like
I'm not in any. Sorry.
it was just like the first time in a long time that I was like, oh yeah, childlike wonder. That's what that feels like. It's been a while since you've been here, buddy.
So I'm not in any danger of like just walking out of the store with a new CPU when I go there, but it gives me ideas.
So it's
And when I
less
go in there,
immediate danger and more.
Within 3 months, I've rebuilt my computer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, it might be like Michael's. Like
Okay,
anywhere where there's
just craft ideas.
yeah, where there's just a shit ton of craftings, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should start embroidery.
Yeah, that's
Do you yarn?
Huh?
Do you yarn?
No, but I have actually started embroidery. That was a specific example for a reason.
Excellent.
embroidery's fun.
Yeah.
No. Embroidery is hell.
Oh, it's so fun.
The things that I'm making lately, I need to embroider the faces on, and it's really a pain.
I enjoy like filling in with embroidery because it is very satisfying to just slowly fill in an area with color. I have a shirt that is like pink with like a black design on it that's like outline, and it's very like beautiful looking, and I've started just embroidering the shapes into it. And I'm like excited to see how that's gonna end up looking.
Like, I used to want to get into embroidery because it seemed like it'd be really cool to basically draw on cloth.
Yeah.
But,
I think...
But then I tried to make faces, and...
part of the reason I got into it is because I think I want to start, like, I want to make my own clothing at some point. And so I want to, like, just use embroidery so that I can actually add my own, like, patterning to it.
You can stop buying ugly sweaters like a chump and just make them yourself.
I can make a
I don't know why you think I've ever worn a sweater on purpose, Tim.
I wouldn't.
Like, if I'm, like, cold, it is either a jacket that isn't... Like, a jacket that I will never zip up, no matter how cold it is, or a hoodie. And I tend to not like hoodies because I like being able to unzip.
Yeah.
So the statement that you've never worn one on purpose implies you've worn one on accident, and I really want to hear this story.
Less on accident and more against my will.
Okay, that's fair.
Sweaters are just too warm.
They're too warm, and they're not, like, they're not easy to remove if you are cold or if you're too hot and need to, like, reduce.
I don't like sleeves past my elbows.
I am, like, I don't mind as long as I'm wearing pants, but if I'm wearing shorts, then long sleeves are wrong.
Oh, correct.
I don't like
I mean,
the top heaviness, and people just do that, and I'm like, you're wrong. You are an incorrect person.
I mean, it makes sense for, like, hikes and stuff, but it's certainly not a fashion thing.
I think the worst thing you could do is wear shorts, long sleeve shirt, and then roll up the sleeves.
I'm just trying to think of things that could be worse combinations. And all I'm coming up with is Speedo and a hoodie.
I was thinking Speedo and a three-piece suit,
Yeah.
except top half.
Speedo and a blazer.
Yeah.
Speedo, an ill-fitting blazer, and socks and sandals.
No,
Yep,
no.
That's it, right there.
Socks and Crocs.
God, Socks and Crocs sounds like my favorite Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, Socks and Crocs. I think that's the official band of Gentleman's Gank.
Socks and Crocs? What kind of music is it?
Yes.
Yeah. It is the kind of music that people hear it and they're like, I guess that's music. Like, technically it fits, it checks most of the boxes.
Mismatched knee socks, one croc on the wrong foot, and an Ugg.
Yeah, Mismatched Knee Socks also sounds like a really good band.
Make it worse, Crocs and socks.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's wrong with you?
My new favorite band name would be Socks on Crocs on Socks. Huh, okay, I guess I'm dead now. I guess this man has decided it, and thus it was so.
Like
Bye.
that time John played DDR, so he put socks on and then wore his Crocs over them.
Well, they were also fox socks, so they were fox socks and Crocs.
Neon fishnet worn over the top of a dark three-piece suit.
John, the fact that you weren't also cooking something in a crock pot makes me upset. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, I know about Bergenworth.
And drinking a Bock.
While listening to Bach.
So
And
socks
suddenly-
While playing with your
Aha!
pupping.
And then suddenly, that was like the biggest amazing stretch I've ever heard.
Well, I mean, it was a whole lot more wholesome than just while playing with my cock. So.
I don't know. You don't know what the hawk was doing.
Hi, Rose. Have you been lurking? Did you hear about our band names? I guess not. You just discovered the camera.
The answer to have you been lurking is usually yes.
Yeah, I can technically take the cam off because I specifically had it so that I could dab 17 times when I beat Lady Maria, and then I did it.
Yep.
And then I dabbed 17 times in quick succession. Have you ever dabbed fast enough to just have like a little bit of like a headache from it?
No.
Oh, seems like I have more life experience than you, huh?
No.
I mean, technically, I do only by virtue of age. See, I have more life experience than a lot of people because I have trouble falling asleep, so technically, I have experienced slightly more life.
No, you've just experienced slightly more awakenedness.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'm sorry.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would argue that when you are asleep, you are not really experiencing it.
Well, I'm just gonna say you're not dead when you're asleep, so...
Yeah, but
whose
you're
favorite
not...
part of life is the part we're unconscious for?
Listen, I'm just saying, if sleeping was a way to experience life, my parents would be less mad at me.
Oh, it's a way of experiencing it. They just don't necessarily want you experiencing it that way. I'm sure there are a lot of experiences they don't want you to have.
If I want to smoke cocaine, that's on me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would never.
Doesn't mean they're gonna approve.
I will microdose meth, though, because my doctor told me to. ADHD is fucking wild.
Yep.
We are really not that far from you have ghosts in your blood, do cocaine about it.
Legal drug dealers.
Truly can't wait for the day where I just show up on stream with a cam on and I'm just in an actual Plague Doctor outfit. With no
Hasn't that
explanation.
happened yet?
Well, my friend actually has, like, a mask to send me that she, like, not handmade, but I think she, like, decorated and is very good looking.
Nice.
It's cool that there are all these friends here for me to walk past.
Friends.
Yeah, you walk past your friends, right? That's the polite thing to do.
Are those a walking or something?
I do when they just scream at me. And yeah, I guess Sagan is the best explanation I have for them. Ow. I don't know if this is the way I came or if I'm supposed to go here. Which is just the Bloodborne memoirs. Okay. The sky decided I should die.
The sky did?
I mean, like, I don't know where the skulls of death came from, but it seemed like they just sort of decided to show up from above.
The powers that be.
Yeah.
Obviously, you gotta just kill the sky.
I mean, like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't put it past Soulsborne games.
Yeah, kill the sky.
The sky or this guy?
Exactly.
All you gotta do is kill this guy.
So speaking of, you said Sawagan, so reminded me of a D&D story.
Mm-hmm. As it should.
It's a good story. So,
Yar.
I'm playing a lawful evil warlock in a party that tends toward neutral good. This is not me. This is the story. I've been behaving, but it was a running gag that my PC would just kill people instead of dealing with them if it were up to her. Last session, we were in a mine infested with undead. The ghouls were disguised as the miners, and shit had hit the fan when we went down. We were getting pretty deep when we heard some muffled cries from a room. Turns out a child, we knew that the mine employed some children, was hiding under a minecart. He was in bad shape, malnourished, and suffering from the poison that had turned the other miners into zombies. The DM made it clear that he was well past our healing abilities. Still, our ever-good bard spent 2 lesser restoration on him, hoping to ease the pain, and the cleric did what he could. The child clearly was beyond salvation, but the bard was getting tunnel vision, promising he would save him. The player himself told us that his PC was not being rational. I took a deep breath and took the bard aside, explained the situation and how the best way to help was to give him a quick in. The bard didn't want to hear it, but knew I was right. He went further away so as to not witness it. The cleric took more convincing. He was an adept of Daenair knowledge, and saw in this kid a chance of learning what could cure the sickness. It's only when I told him that his actions were causing harm to the child, prolonging his pain, that he backed off. Still, I had to lie, telling him we would come back for the kid. The barbarian took the hint when exploring further with the cleric, leaving the monk and me. The monk gave me a nod and looked away. I took the kid in my arm and I sang a song my mother sang for me once when I was sick. Then, in the most humane way I could, I plunged my dagger into the kid's torso, killing him instantly. I took no pleasure in the act. There was silence on the call. Until I added, "Oh, and I get 9 temp HP as I reap the soul from my fiend patron." Chaos ensued.
I took no pleasure, but I did take some soul. I would also like to point out how fucking dope this area looks.
So, what we're saying here is that the warlock killed the kid to put him out of his misery so that his soul could be used to power a fiend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Put him out of his misery, and then sent his soul straight to hell. This is a new area. I haven't seen it before.
It looks like a roof.
You just interrupted his Estus flask.
It turns out it's not Estus. He's using Iron Salve, which turns your skin to metal, which is why my attacks bounce off of him, because that's what it does, and it's really fucking annoying because you can't combo them anymore.
Also, I know
He's
it's
metal.
blood vials, but...
No, it's Estus.
Yeah.
I was never gonna argue with you on that, John. It's fucking that good, sweet Sunny D.
Mhm.
Unless you're playing Sekiro, in which case that is the only game where it isn't Estus, and that's because it's Baja Blast. What, who's shooting lightning at me? Zeus?
Probably. Even Zeus doesn't want to fuck you.
I mean, or that's Zeus's way of saying I want to fuck.
Have you seen yourself?
No, if that was it, then he would just be harassing you as a swan or something.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's gonna turn into a swan and still think that's sexy, then he probably is fine with wanting some of this.
He'd be fine with it if he wanted it, but he doesn't.
I'm just saying, for a bird that is supposedly very beautiful, I have not seen one persona that is a swan. And
That's a good
if
question.
that's not a good metric, I don't know what the fuck is.
Just found one.
How would you rate it?
don't know.
7.5 out of 10, too much neck.
There is quite a bit of neck. Feet are all weird for this. 3 out of 10.
My point stands.
So does this swan thing.
I like that you said swan thing.
Nice double kill.
Really love this lychee ground that we got here.
Yeah.
I
Kinda
love how
gross.
they didn't give it textures.
Kinda gross.
Oh, hello, sir. Please let go.
Nom 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 your brains.
Got caught on the corner.
Your brain has a corner?
Yep.
You have a pointy head?
To
Not
the nose.
yet. Let me see how to get this item. Oh darn, I don't think I can get it.
Yeah, you soft locked yourself out of it.
Yeah, it's a NPC quest kind of thing. I love that I got to a new area, but also there wasn't a bonfire for me to stay in that area, so now I'm not in that area anymore.
Yeah. My day was very long. A few thousand lines of data entry into an Excel spreadsheet.
An Excel spreadsheet.
Yes, that.
That sounds delightful. I, as the aforementioned, got to go to my wonderful candy shop of the Restaurant Supply Depot and Farmer's Market. So that's pretty good.
I'm glad you half coughed directly into the mic.
Yeah, I was
Like-
one-handed at the minute.
John,
I was getting water.
that's a word for it.
I had to work.
And then I came home and I baked bread and made some Korean soba noodle stir fry.
Ooh.
That was delightful.
It was.
What about you, Dom?
Just had a bunch of house shit to do still. And then I made lunch, or I made dinner for my parents because they're going to be moving to another state in like a week.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And we obviously have not had a ton of chance to hang out with each other, considering we don't want to die.
Yeah. Is it our state?
Is it what state?
Distant.
Yeah, it's like about 6 hours away,
Okay.
which is one state. God, I love this place. I love how often that can happen.
Yep.
It's like Florida. If you ever drive to Florida, to like a place in Florida, you could be driving for like 8 hours in Florida.
Yeah.
I don't actually particularly love that in particular.
Yeah,
Like-
same.
I'm okay with driving 8 hours in another state,
Yeah, because like,
but
the worst
Not
thing...
Louisiana.
not Louisiana.
Why not?
Louisiana has the worst roads
Yeah.
ever.
If you ever... Like, I think the best road experience you can have in Louisiana is also one of the most boring experiences you can have in your life. And it's the Causeway, which is a...
Over the bayou.
Yeah, the 24-mile-long bridge that has nothing's around it because it's all water. The only things you can see are your destination off in the distance and the place you came from behind you. And that's it. That's all you've got for about 30 minutes.
So we were stuck in rush hour traffic on the causeway when my car started having smoke pouring out of the engine.
Oh, and there's like no good place to pull over there because it's just a shitty bridge.
Yep.
We pulled as far to the right as the bridge would allow and
Yep.
did what we could.
I feel like it's somehow better that it was during rush hour because at least no one was going fast so they could all like tell what was happening.
Yeah. Also, this was on a Saturday after things had been closed, on a holiday weekend, so an extended weekend. So yeah, there was no getting help, even if,
Oh.
and that's no getting help ever. This Sunday,
Still
everything
stuck
was
here.
closed, and Monday, things would still be closed because it was extended holiday.
Sucks. Did you ever get home?
No, I'm still stuck there.
Oh man, it sucks. Good Wi-Fi there, though, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, what else are you gonna do?
In Louisiana, very little.
Yeah.
Gonna say,
Alligators.
page out of your West Virginia book.
Like, your
Yeah.
only options in Louisiana are, like, eat beignet.
Yeah.
That's...
Or po' boys.
Or,
Those are good.
or the king cake.
Unending death awaits those who pry into the unknown.
Rip.
Yeah, Rez is probably very much like where you live. I love how I complain about Louisiana not having many places to go, and then, like, around where we live, I'm like, I don't leave the house. I'm not gonna go places. Like, what do you mean? Go see a movie? Bullshit. Those aren't real.
That's the thing. You could go places, you just choose not to, but the option exists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Here's one cool thing about Louisiana. We were in New Orleans and we were driving across a train track, and then there was a train coming because there are no signals at all.
Nice.
So yeah,
Yeah, we almost died.
there were
But did
no
you die,
lights. There were no
Damn, that sucks. Did you die? Did you make it?
yeah, I died.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it sucks that you died on the causeway during on a train track.
Good Wi-Fi though.
The idea of both of those things coexisting is great to me. Oh, I didn't know this was here. Oh, hello, sir.
It's a lantern.
Are you inside or not? I can't tell. I think he's outside still.
Looks like it. So we got some comments today.
Oh.
Did we?
Is it comment segment?
It's the comment segment.
Do we have a name for the comment segment?
Reading reviews.
I think you need to add more alliteration to it.
Yeah.
Like reading reviews with Rachel. John, you're
Reading
Rachel.
real
now.
reviews.
So,
I'd be okay with that.
this was on the video Vintage Memes, Rank Amateurs #1. Ray Fusa states that this will be a trend one day. And also, where is the Rickroll? Tim?
I was specifically doing memes from around the year 2010.
Rickroll was around in 2010.
Rickroll was still around then.
See, Tim, you did that wrong. When John said, "Where's the Rickroll?" and then said, "Tim," you don't answer with, like, 2010. You go, doon, 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 doon.
Yeah. The only good response is just.
I couldn't get it hooked up with my mic fast enough to be topical. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right.
Additionally, on the same video, we had Logan ask, "Wanna be friends?" Well, Dom?
I actually think my friend inventory is full. I like the word friend inventory now.
Friendventory.
Specifically of friends who probably want to kill me. The fact that no one has refuted my claim makes me wary.
I'm looking at Logan's channel, and they've got a bunch of Fortnite videos
Oh, sweet.
uploaded.
Poggers.
Well, they'll love Dom's dab sequence.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, out of all the Logans on YouTube, this could have been so much worse.
And this true.
Oh.
True.
How about this? If I beat the one reborn on my first try, I'll just floss.
I really want you to, like, beat it and then
Oh,
go to
fucking-
the bathroom, grab some floss.
Oh,
and-
yeah. Oh, I thought about that as I was saying it, but I'm like, no, I would actually, like, floss. Like, if I can beat the one reborn on my first try, everyone fucking deserves anything they goddamn want. One reborn does not fuck around.
But on their channel, and all the videos are like, how to actually get blah, new update, how to unlock blah,
Oh, that's cool. So it's,
how to blah.
so it's an informative Fortnite channel.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then, looking at it, it says, Logan doesn't own this channel. It is owned by his stepdad. We have a paid commentator personality for this channel.
What?
So...
What?
What?
That's
What?
fucking wild.
Logan, how could you
So-
betray us like this?
So Logan plays the game, and the paid commentator / personality commentates and actually basically makes the video, and the stepdad profits off of it?
Or pays for it?
Or I
Yeah,
guess
I don't
hopefully
know.
both. If I understand how a business works.
Here at Dueling Ocarinas, we do all of our own stunts.
Here at Dylan
It's-
Ocarinas, we know how business works.
It's true, we do all of our own stunts.
A gentleman's gank, too.
My favorite stunt is dabbing 17 times in very quick succession. It's my only stunt. I don't know anything else.
chain.
I mean,
So what you're saying is
other
your repertoire is
friend
kind of
gets beat
stunted.
by an alpaca.
Oh, that's true. I did get beat up by an alpaca once.
Yep.
I tweeted that I got beat up by an alpaca one time, and someone was genuinely worried that a random person in alpaca costume came and attacked me in the park. And I was like, no, it's okay. It was supposed to happen.
It was scripted.
Yeah,
It was an orchestrated beatdown.
It was a cutscene.
Uh,
Oh, Daphne.
From Scooby-Doo?
No,
Yeah,
wasn't
what?
that
no.
the name of
Oh, of the alpaca? What was it Daphne?
Pretty sure not.
I thought
It's,
it...
It is!
Good fucking memory, bro.
Gross.
Thanks.
So are we ever gonna do
Put
Apocalypse
that away.
2:
Put
The
that
Reckoning?
whole thing away.
Are we ever gonna do what?
Apocalypse 2: The Reckoning?
I mean,
If we raise enough money.
yeah. That's...
Yeah.
That's what this will require. We'll have to get a new hoodie.
I can arrange that.
Because you took the maps off.
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't. Dom
Luke
did.
Not on purpose. Oh, wait, no, one of them was on purpose, that's right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good times.
Tim, do you think you can shell out that kind of budgeting again?
I'll have to see what I can do.
Where the fuck?
Trying to figure out where to go.
Yes. Definitely that.
Good view. There's a road.
A broken roof.
Stop shooting lightning at me, you hoe.
Yo ho!
Reckoning.
I did it super well. I fought that man very well. I did a
Yay.
good job with that man. I missed him and then fell off the cliff behind him.
The Revengilance.
Oh, why are you here?
I don't think he is anymore.
Yeah, oh, no, he was still here. He definitely
Ah.
killed me.
Yep. You lose. Better luck next time.
Reddit King.
Not Fire Emblem, that's not what I want.
You don't want a Fire Emblem?
No, Fire Emblem.
Oh. The off-brand Fire Emblem.
No, it's Fire Emblem, but everyone's Lyn.
Why don't you want that?
Because it's just not what I was searching for at the moment.
I want Fire Loopblum.
Fire Heckblum.
I just don't think the world could handle that many loots trying to talk to each other.
Do 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 do.
That's a banjo, but no, you do you.
I I don't really know what a lute sounds like except a puppy.
Bark, 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 bark!
That's why I said except a puppy.
Yeah, I know, but there was a lag. I've decided, so I didn't. You weren't there yet.
Ah, yes. The lag. It's like the traffic. You can always claim it's there, no one can disprove you.
Yep.
And it almost gets you killed on the causeway.
No, it did. I'm dead now.
Shorted cut.
A cut it short.
What's your favorite food? Mine is hotted dog.
I mean, I like burged ham.
Burged ham. Well, it's not burged ham. It is the thing that allows you to burg ham.
I like trains.
Alright, so that's going to be the end of the stream today, because we've lost all the funny in our bodies, apparently.
It allows you to burn ham?
It allows you to burg ham.
Oh, burg ham. I was like,
It-
you
it
need a
is-
permission slip to burn ham?
No, it is the device with which you burg ham. It is the hamburger.
Okay.
I like turtles.
You like what?
Turtles.
It's the meme of the kid that looks like a zombie. He's got the zombie face paint on, and it's news people come up to him and are like, "Hey, what are you dressed up as?" He's like, "I like turtles."
I have never seen that. It does remind me of my favorite news clip, though, of the kid at the fireworks stand, and the news anchor goes up to ask him what fireworks he's getting, and the kid just goes, "Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?" And
Nice.
the dude just like completely gobsmacked, has no idea how to respond to it. He's just like, "Where are your parents?" It's like turns to the cameras like, "Kid sketchy, back to you," and it just like cuts back to everyone in the other room, and they are all losing their shit because that was objectively the funniest thing that kid could have said.
I just don't understand how people don't know the answer to that question. It's like, wouldn't you like to know? Yes, that's the point of the question.
Yeah, but adding weather boy after it really solidifies all of that. Oh, you know what? I never fought Ibrietas. Where does that? Cause she's a fucking dope boss. She's my
You're fighting
wife.
inebriation?
Huh? What?
You're fighting
I know.
inebriation?
Ibrietas, daughter of the cosmos. Which is a great name.
And all related to Spifflick.
What?
Flicated?
Spifflickitus. There we go.
Spifflickitus.
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I saw a post that was Zeus asking where humans got fire, and Prometheus saying, "Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?" And like, God, that's very good.
New gender reveal party. Wouldn't you like to know whether boy or girl?
That's pretty good.
That's just been 90% of my life. Brain Man! Oh.
Mr. Brain Man.
I have been frenzied, okay. Brain Man, man. Actually, wait. I forgot braining someone means killing them. My bad, Brain Man. Forgot my words for a second, accidentally called out a hit. Don't you hate that? Okay, I'm sure that is a very relatable thing that everyone
Come
has gone
on,
through.
give me your best shot. You gave me your best shot. Damn.
Yeah. Probably my fault
Well, that
that
happened.
you did that.
All right, so before we get to Tim's segment, which I'm sure he's got ready.
Oh yeah.
I have a segment this time too.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
It's a well, let me get to somewhere that's slightly safe. It is a thing I'm going to be doing hopefully weekly if I can continue to find stuff for it. It is weirdly specific subreddits.
Ooh.
Like
yes, good.
Suspiciously specific?
Sort of like that, or just like ones that are just like, at the very least, like even if they're not super specific, it's just like a very niche interest. So like I'm gonna talk about like two today. One of them is just like a fairly well known one, I think, but is a good example of the specificity that I enjoy, and it's Grandpa Joe hate, which is a subreddit specifically about hating Grandpa Joe from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and how he's a shithead. That is the entire point of the subreddit.
He had the ability to leave his bed all that time.
Yeah, at any fucking time. And he just, like, didn't want to do work around the house, essentially, so he's just, like, in bed. And then, as soon as he gets a golden ticket, oh, suddenly he can dance around! Isn't this amazing? It is a very good subreddit to go through. I checked recently, and it is still updated fairly often. Like, it is not dead by any standpoint. People make memes about how they hate Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
Excellent.
My second one is I think possibly my favorite subreddit of all time. At least like
Is
for
it
now.
Gank memes?
No, it is r/blurry pictures of cats.
Oh gosh.
And I think everyone
I
should
like where this is going.
go take a look at it. I'm gonna put my favorite picture from the subreddit up because I was hoping it would help me against Maria once we got to that point, but I killed her already, which I'm surprised at. But still one of my favorite pictures of all time. I'm just gonna set this to like a low opacity over to the side so that we can still see.
Excellent.
It's just like it tells. This is environmental storytelling. Yeah, this is like you know exactly what's happening. And it's wonderful.
I'm personally a fan of Ank memes.
What is
/Ank memes?
What is Ank memes?
It's all memes about ankylosauruses.
Amazing. How do
That's
I?
It is memes about Ank good, T-Rex bad. I mean, what's a T-Rex gonna do? You're a walking tank with a rock on his tail. You gonna try and eat me? Bam! You have no ankles.
Sarah, how do I change an opacity in OBS? I have not done that in a while.
I don't have.
No, it's okay. This is good content.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Oh wait, no, I figured it out. Aha, okay, cool. I'll just set that to 25 opacity and just put it with me so that, there we go. And that way he will give me strength for when I lose to the one reborn 100 times.
So it's
So
blurry cats?
yeah, r/blurry pictures of cats. It's great because it is impossible to find any picture on there once you found it once because every single post is labeled blurry picture of a cat. Every single one.
No, I've got one here called "Damn Boy, He Slipped."
So yeah, I just like each of you to like scroll a little bit and find your favorite picture, and then just post that in the memes and JoJokes to
Oh, wait, no,
confuse.
this is reposted from r/chunkers.
Another incredible sounding subreddit. There's one that I remember seeing on there that was a CAD that looks like it had light speed, like moved into the room and it had just slowed down, like it was like going from light speed to normal. So it was like you could tell where he was supposed to be, but like the like blur was just all behind it. It was just like after images.
That is a chonkers.
Beef. Gonna go with that one.
The other reason I'm hoping that great picture gives me strength is because that picture is about how I feel. It's at least how I felt while fighting Maria, and it's probably how I'm going to feel fighting the One Reborn, who I have just gotten to. So get ready to see just the greatest cutscene / gross enemy. If I remember correctly, the One Reborn, like story-wise, is essentially the fetus of this dead old one. So it's like the old one died and then like gave birth to him in its death.
Okay.
So it is literally fresh out of the womb. It's horrifying, and it beats you to death with its own placenta.
Oh, awesome.
So it's not all about period blood, technically. It's just, this game is 99% about it. Very good framing in this picture, though. And the last part of the cutscene is it crying as it looks off into the distance, and you're just like, I don't want to fucking do this fight. Fuck this. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the One Reborn. Orphan of Kos. One Reborn we fought earlier.
I found fangs.
You found good teeth. Oh. No,
Yeah.
Bada. Okay, he has a lot of moves. He's got moves. Alright, no flossing for me.
No flossing for you.
And so it begins! And once again, that cat on screen, that is exactly how I feel every time I fight this guy.
There's a blurry pictures of dogs.
I didn't look it up, but I figured it existed.
So,
I have so many pictures of you that could go here.
I thought you were
It's
talking
time
to
for the-
me for a second, and I was like, what?
time for the segment.
Yeah, bitch.
The segment where we talk about podcast segments.
Okay.
Oh, not the one where you rearrange your Steam library?
No, that one's
Later.
one's-
That one's redacted.
No, it's not. It's just at the bottom of my list.
It's
We get through the other ones first. This is the option is a podcast that's the length of someone's commute. So uses machine learning can adapt to a length of time, and
it's called a fast forward button.
alternatively, it doesn't use machine learning. You make 1,000 different variations and cut them all together.
Yeah, that sounds like a normal thing that could be done easily.
Yeah. Alternatively,
Sorry, go on. He's just like an asshole. He's 3 seconds old, and he's just a dick.
Have you met any newborns?
Yeah, they usually don't beat me to death. What do you mean? Like, they cry, but like they don't pummel me.
Because they can't control their arms yet.
Yeah, this
They
guy
will
can,
if
and
they
that's why I
could.
hate him. That
So
and no
the
other
other
reasons.
the other options are a podcast for someone who works at home, The commute is 15 seconds from bedroom to couch.
I was thinking I have my podcast, like my podcast that I do on my by myself is what a commute would be if you work at home, which is that I don't have a podcast by myself.
Yeah.
Alternatively, a podcast for astronauts who work in space. And it's just like a 12-hour podcast. Or a podcast for astronauts who are based in the ISS. Call it Ground Control to Major Tom.
What, like the podcast is just that song?
No, that's just what it's called. Which is a good name for that podcast, although astronauts don't want to... I mean, I'm not going to speak for all astronauts here, but...
Fucking better. Lance Armstrong did not go to school for you to speak for.
Yeah, him and his one nut didn't go to school so that I could talk about astronauts.
God, is there anything more powerful than being able to talk about someone by saying him and his one nut? Like...
A podcast for submariners about everything they're missing on land.
Not much.
Oh no, Dom, I found you a new picture.
Well, I'm worried. Is this in memes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I actually debated on that one. It's a very, very good picture. Just every picture of a cat that isn't completely in focus is the best picture.
Podcast for people who work in underground nuclear facilities about the worst disasters in history.
Why would you want to listen to that podcast when you're in a place where there could be disasters?
That's the point. Oh, and a podcast for people who work from home. Basically, it's just the mundane conversations people at work have that you have to listen to. So you ask people to submit the worst or best conversation they've ever heard at work, and we'll get people to read them. Call it office chatter. Or commuteless.
I prefer the trend of people who work from home talking about their pets like their coworkers and being like, yeah, my coworker just is over there licking her butt again. It's really annoying.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I finally found it in my folder of 190
Is that
whatever.
all?
What do you mean, is that all?
Just the tits bouncing out?
I mean, it's breast expansion. I don't know what you want.
I wanted sex.
I mean, I said that the GIF was not sex. I don't know. I'm still pretty fucking impressed by it, though.
Yeah, it's real good.
Thanks for not contextualizing which part of it is good.
That just reminded me of the
Oh, good. I can't wait for this to be said. Go on.
what does cyberpunk tweet?
What cyberpunk tweet?
So, somebody tweeted at Cyberpunk Game. Will we have fully interactive sex scenes with the romances and one-night stands? Being able to switch different and all kinds of sex positions and whatnot? And Cyberpunk just responded with a picture of the Big Lebowski, just looking at them like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so here's the thing. That is not a thing that you will find in any, like, major game. But you will find it in a Skyrim mod, so just do that.
Yeah, just...
Saw someone, playing Skyrim who had sex with Crash Bandicoot with one of those mods, which is very interesting. I like how we all continue to talk so that whatever weird thing is said is not, like, noticed.
Nope.
To be fair, I wasn't looking it up. Also, it was very horrifying because he maintained his original, like, shape.
Oh. to find the tweet, I just googled cyberpunk tweet sex.
Cyberpunk
And,
tweet sex sounds like it is a like tweet sex just sounds like an option in a cyberpunk game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just clicking some of the other tweets that came up, and this is a tweet. As I suspected, Cyberpunk 2077 looks like it uses all the worst and most toxic elements of the genre's past, with very little subversion. Nihilistic vision of the future, gritty dude protagonist, lots of glorified violence, sexual exploitation as backdrop, etc., etc., etc. And then the person responded as just, as I suspected, Cyberpunk 2077 is a cyberpunk game. You just defined cyberpunk.
Yeah, like cyberpunk is it's like it is dystopian by definition.
Yeah.
I've now looked over and saw that Rose said, "Wait, what?" And I'm not actually sure what that was too. So, I'm gonna assume you want to hear more about having sex with Crash Bandicoot. Because, like, who wouldn't? I mean, that triangle-shaped whole person. Oh, the GIF. Don't worry about it.
You can't have any. You're too young.
We
also are. Everyone is. Everyone is too young to see this.
We talked about this before you were here. As the old saying goes, the early bird catches the bionicle porn, and since you were not the early bird, you were unable to catch the bionicle porn. And I'm sorry that we had to do this to you. But I want to worry about it.
Alright, Tim. My segment's over.
Alright, let's see what we got here.
I'm just mad that I sent that and John was like, "That's it?" And I was like...
I wanted more! Gonna go search for more.
There's not a whole lot.
Time.
I did one time, out of curiosity, go to Rule 34 and type in Bionicle to see, and there's a couple. They're not great, because I think they were drawn by someone who was around... I don't know. They were just not... Oh man, I'm running out of blood vials. God.
There are 18...
Yeah, that sounds right.
No, I'm on Pornhub. There are 18 videos.
Oh god, hold on. Stream's over. I got shit to do. I don't feel like Bionicle is conducive to a pornography environment considering the lack of organism.
Yeah. And the lack of organ.
Yeah. And the
Kinda
amount
They
of...
do say that the limitations of the medium make for the best artwork.
Tim, just because you're the one who loves pipe organ, like, whatever. Still never gonna live that shit down.
Pipe organ?
Yeah, a sexy pipe organ. Pretty sure if you go to Rule 34 and type in pipe organ, it's gonna be the only thing.
There's one picture of a sexy pipe organ. I mean, I didn't just go check, but last I checked, there was just one.
Oh man, I forgot that I have this great other shitpost picture of when you kill a boss in Bloodborne and it says prey slaughtered, but instead it just says pussy eaten and nothing else. And I don't know who makes this shit, but it kills me and I love it.
Tim, what's my word?
Your word is Irenicon.
Well,
I
they cost too much to buy, so, you know, Dragon Con's expensive, so you just...
Oh, I thought it was like...
Rent-a-con.
I thought it was when you need more HP, so you rent a con.
Oh, well, actually, it's when you need cheap labor, so you talk to the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
Oh god, man, don't bring up that shit.
Oh wow.
Man.
Irenicon.
It is a proposal to promote peace between rival churches. Wow, that got dark.
Why did I have ups for a second? Thank you, Tim, for allowing us to understand the, like, process behind it, where you give us the word and then look at what it means.
So the process by which churches settle dispute? How do you spell it?
Irenicon. It's a proposition, scheme, or treatise designed to promote peace, especially in the church.
Fuck off. Alright. What's the next word?
Afterguard.
Okay.
Alright, Kristen.
Afterguard.
Okay. Love this fight just a lot.
You look happy about it.
Yeah, afterguard. When you try to block too late.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's pretty much what I was thinking.
I mean, there's no blocking in Bloodborne, so.
That would explain your deaths.
Yeah.
It's like when you get hit, and so you guard, kind of like John said, except it's on purpose because you're still not fully paying attention, so you want to make sure you're guarded against any more hits.
Not bad.
I mean, I was just repeating Rose said.
Oh. I'm social distancing from you so that our mics don't do the thing.
The afterguard are the men who work the aft sails on the quarterdeck and the poop deck.
Gotcha.
That
That
makes
makes-
sense.
Okay, so I'm intentionally going to mispronounce this one because it'll sound funnier and there's no way you would get it anyway. Dom. Spatulamancy.
Spatulamancy?
Excellent.
I mean, that's just what, like it's just like a burger master, like a burger mage.
Yeah, basically.
Is this actually scapulomancy?
It is spatulomancy.
Spatulomancy.
Mancy.
Mancy. Okay. Because scapulomancy, I at least could have gotten. Oh. Okay, so it's very similar to scatomancy. Spatulomancy is specifically animal feces.
Divination by means of animal feces. Yep.
Because scatomancy is any feces.
Feces agnostic.
Yeah.
I don't like feces agnostic as a phrase.
No.
One second.
Okay, apparently we're on a roll here.
Feces agnostic is like, I believe should exist, but I'm not really sure what it looks like. Like, I'm not 100% on it.
Gyromancy? Is that divination by spinning around in a circle really quickly?
Yes.
No,
Stick
it's
with
divination by examining the contents of a Greek pita wrap.
Ooh, eromancy.
Alright, bro. Rhapsodomancy.
Alright, apparently we're just continuing the vein. What was it again?
I
see the silhouette
of the future.
Rhapsodomancy?
Yep.
It's when you can tell the future by rapping about soda and whatever you accidentally say instead of what you meant to say is gonna happen.
Greetings
Hello.
to Argentina.
Yeah.
What?
That's not what the word means, but also,
Oh yeah.
hi.
Greetings.
Was I correct?
It is divination by opening works of poetry at random.
Dang. I like mine better.
Yeah, I like yours better too.
I see a little silhouette of the future.
That like does not fit at all, and it's so good. Is this what I want? Please. Yes.
You're not gonna fight that guy again?
I will, but because he is like one of the hardest bosses, I don't want to beat him and then go to the other boss and then just absolutely like not even have to try. So I'm gonna go do the other bosses first and then come back to him. No.
John, you might get this one. It is a musical word. Calando.
I've never heard of it, so. Rip.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
With gusto?
Slowing with gradually lowering volume.
Okay.
What? Dope.
This is a tough one. Dom. Urbanology.
It's the study of,
Cities.
yeah, but that's not funny, so I have to say something different.
Oh, I think he meant herbanology. It's when you study Herbert.
Well,
You
Herbin.
skipped me, so I'm stealing it.
It actually was study of cities. That it is technically a little used word, but it was by no means a hard one.
Rose, it was like Calasto or something. And it meant,
Calando.
Calando. Slowing and decreasing in volume at the same time.
Tim, do you know what, like, were you able to find, like, the official, like, the like, Latin roots version, like, word for, like, bionicle porn? Because, like, I could really use that. Dankonology.
I'll look for it later, but I think the root for that would be Greek, not Latin.
Why Greek?
Bio is,
Bionicle.
is a Greek root.
Yeah, but we are talking about the English language, so it could just be all of them.
Bionicles, the Greek god of self-assembled toys.
Of self-assembled toys? They just make themselves? That's fucking awesome! I mean, I guess in the story they did.
Yeah. So, Dom, give me the definition of the word yike.
It's like... It's one singular frame of being scared. So there's not multiple yikes, it is one yike.
It's not just scared, it's also,
Yeah, it's like a...
shock?
It's a small oof.
Yeah.
Alright. Now I need to go to...
Yike. Yike.
Yike is an imitation of the woodpecker's cry.
Like Woody the Woodpecker?
That's not the cry, that's the activity.
So another podcast I watch did a Would You Rather March Madness bracket
Oh boy.
where you go down the list pairing the Would You Rathers together until you figure out what you would actually rather do at the end of this?
Sounds like a terrible plan.
I'm up for it if you all are.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How many?
The alternative is figuring out what akuza means.
Akuza?
Akuzum.
Kuism.
No, akuzum. One word.
Akuism.
Hey, friend.
So, anyways,
Yep.
would you rather? Oh, and the way they did this is that we all have to agree before moving on.
Okay.
So we have to make arguments for.
Never gonna happen, but continue.
Would you rather have the number of days since you've masturbated displayed on your forehead, or blow a horse to completion?
The first.
Yeah, the first one.
Absolutely the first. It would,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it would
'cause,
always
like,
be 0.
it would just. I was gonna say the same fucking thing. People were like, "Huh? Did you just get a 0 tattooed on your forehead?" And I was like, "That is exactly what it is."
Oh, and then the rare day that you come in with a 1, they can be like, "It's a 1 now," and you're like, "No, it's always been a 1."
Wait, no. When it's just on the rare days that it's not a 1, you Sharpie in the rest of the 0.
But if it's like an 8.
It would never get to an 8. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, there might be a day, but, like, if I know that it's gonna show up as a 2 the next day, then, like, you better believe it's gonna be a 0 by the time I get to work. I don't need people questioning anything.
Yeah, I think we all agree.
I guess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
part of it is, like, okay, if you blow a horse to completion, you
You're dead.
blew a horse to completion, alright? Like, that's all it is. When you have a number on your forehead, nobody fucking knows what that number is. There's nothing about it that makes everyone around you also know what happened. So you can just say it's anything. Like, oh yeah, I was cursed to show, it's a number, just whatever. You just make up fucking anything.
Yeah.
The number of fucks I have to give.
Yeah, I ran out.
And then, like, one day they're like, oh, you have a fuck left to give? And you're just like, actually, yeah, it's, I have 1.
Yeah. And then you take your break, and then you come back later, and they're like,
Hey, it's a 0 again. You're like, yeah, it is. They're like, huh, it's a 0 and you're kind of sweaty.
Alright, so next part. You either would you rather eat a 6-ounce portion of scabs, or have tiny hands like a rat?
I would love to have tiny hands like a rat. That's fucking great.
See, are these your hands become tiny hands, or do you get an extra set of hands that are tiny? Because that's what I want.
Your hands.
Read it again.
Or would you rather eat a 6-ounce portion of scabs, or have tiny hands like a rat?
It does not specifically say your hands become tiny. I would absolutely love a second pair of tiny hands.
Exactly. That's what I would be okay with.
I just think it would be very funny to have my hands be the size of a rat's hands and just, like, you just always wear, like, like hoodie or something with, like, baggy sleeves so that, like, you can't really see them, and then you just, like, pull them back just enough to, like, touch someone's face, and they're just like,
I feel like a lot of things would be harder, though. Like, you can't use a controller. Mouse
John-
and keyboard are out of
John,
the question.
just fucking let me masturbate two-handed for once in my life.
It would make it easier for you.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Is that what we're all deciding?
that's certainly my preference, because I think you can make a lot of very good, funny videos with it.
Sounds like we're decided.
Besides,
Alright.
the scabs thing is just too easy to be like, yeah, I just blended it up with, like, my smoothie and then I didn't notice it.
Yeah. I downed it with sugar and Nobody could tell the taste or anything.
And like it was a one-time thing. Like whatever. It's technically something I would prefer to do out of the two because
I was
it's
gonna
one
say,
and
the
done.
point isn't what's more funny. The point is, what would you rather do?
Yeah, but it's also a very boring thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like blowing a horse to completion, one and done. Technically better, but man, is it so much more interesting to have that number on your forehead.
Alright, would you rather have random people boo and spit at you everywhere you go,
Okay, life is normal.
or interrupt your ex's wedding to propose and they say yes?
I'm gonna go with the second because I don't have any exes.
Here's you have an ex. You are married to him, but you do have an ex.
An ex-boyfriend because
Yeah.
he's my husband.
Yeah, he's no longer
Okay.
your boyfriend.
So see, it still works for me.
The
The implication being that he's getting married to someone else and you crash their wedding.
and then he says yes to you instead.
Rose, it would be your last ex, I think is the fairest way to do this.
I think that this isn't a choice because if I do the second one, the first one would then happen
That's true.
because, you know, I currently have a wife.
Yeah.
So unless we're saying
Sounds like
that
we're
she
agreed
is
on the first
ex,
one.
Okay, have random people boo and spit at you everywhere you go. Okay.
Yeah, like, technically,
Yeah.
Yeah.
whatever. I don't go outside. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I'm good with that. Alright, would you rather lose a minute of your life every time you laugh, or plunge your hand into a bucket of medical waste?
Lose how much of your time when you laugh?
1 minute every time you laugh.
I
So
laugh.
lose 1 minute or die.
I mean,
Yeah.
why do you think you would die from that immediately?
No, not immediately.
Binging comedy
You
specials
contract
would be an
whatever
amazing way to
disease.
commit suicide.
I mean, like you put your hand in the medical waste and then immediately wash it. You're at a hospital. There's plenty to
Medical
wash
waste
away.
includes needles.
Yeah.
Needles are the most common medical waste. Needles.
So you said a bucket of medical waste, so I assumed liquid.
Yeah. No. This is all the things.
Yeah, this isn't just black water.
Yeah,
So
this
I
isn't
don't
just
feel like this is a
viscera.
good question then if one of the answers is or die. Like
I
that's
mean,
not.
there's a chance you won't get nicked by an AIDS needle.
I mean, if we're taking out the AIDS needle thing, then that one. But if you have the part where you might die, then no, that's not a question anymore.
See, the first tier, a lot of these aren't really going to be questions. It comes when we have to decide between do we get spit on everywhere we go or
What
have
is
the
happening?
number of days since we masturbated tattooed on our foreheads.
Which I feel like is an easy enough thing to live with. That's probably going to be what we end up with at the end.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's,
So,
it's like
is it-
easy to live with and very funny.
I'm thinking lose time just because there's too much AIDS needle risk.
also,
Yeah.
it takes a lot of minutes to equal anything substantial.
Wait, hold on.
There's over 1,400 minutes in a day, and I
Now,
definitely.
The question is this every instance of laughter or every time your diaphragm spasms during a laugh?
I'm gonna say that this is like, you tell me a joke, I laugh. That's a laughter. It's
Yeah,
not like,
yeah.
ha, minute,
You know what-
ha, minute, ha.
Even if it was that, there's like 31 million minutes in a year.
Yeah.
So, like, even if you laugh 10 times per joke, you would need to get told 3 million jokes to lose 1 year.
Plus, it's really easy to not laugh.
Yeah, this is a pretty easy question.
Okay, everyone agrees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
will lose to the number on your forehead, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right.
Because like that one's just funny. That was just a like.
It really is.
I generally am not all like I'm rarely a fan of like the would you rather things because a lot of people I feel like don't know how to make them well, so they just do like gross things or stuff.
Yeah.
That one was good. That is a very good one for this kind of thing. I am very amused by it.
All right. Next we have, we've moved on to the right half of the bracket. Would you rather explain the human centipede to a curious kindergarten class, or get caught stealing from the people in a homeless shelter?
The second.
Yeah.
The second one will come with less of a lasting sense of
You,
shame.
you don't mess with kids.
It's also more possible for me to do because I don't actually really know what the human centipede is. I just assume it's ass to mouth times 20.
Times 2. And their mouths are sewed to anus. So they're stuck that way.
Pray for fiber.
Well, pretty sure there's 2 movies.
Tim, I think you mean pray for death.
And yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
And I can't remember if in the plot of the movies the middle one or the third one dies early and from disease and lack of nutrients.
Yeah.
It sounds just
I that is one of those things where I'm like, this. I don't know why this exists because it's very
Well,
it's just gross and dumb.
there's a reason that the movie is banned in most countries of the world.
I'm guessing not the US of A.
Pretty
Oh,
sure
no.
not here.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the sort of thing that I would ever look to watch.
No.
Why are you getting sucked off by a genie?
Plus, it
Wouldn't
doesn't
you?
say
Because
how
I
much
couldn't
you're
blow a
stealing
horse to
from the
completion,
shelter.
Tim.
It doesn't say you're like robbing the homeless shelter blind.
Yeah, like maybe you saw them take something and you're just trying to take it back or something. I don't know. There's possibly reasons to steal. No, really, you shouldn't steal from homeless people.
No.
I'd love to like figure out a way to make it so that like we're not the bad guys for doing that, but like we'd be the bad guys for doing that. But like,
I feel like there's a chance that you could kidify the human centipede thing.
can you,
Well,
do you think?
it's
John?
like butts. They stick their mouth on the other person's butt. Butts are silly
But
and
then
funny,
you
right?
you do have to explain this sewing it together.
Well, they want to make it permanent forever and ever. Yeah.
No, because see, even just the bit that you were explaining to kids before Dom said you have to explain the sewing too. Depending on the age of these kids, they're gonna be like, ah, yeah, and they're gonna get it on hands and fours and start biting each other's butts.
Kindergarten.
That's right. Okay, so especially.
Yeah, definitely. That is about the time period. Age range. That's the word I want.
And then you have angry parents wondering why kids are pooping into each other's mouths.
I'm just saying, if you get caught at the homeless shelter, you can apologize and then give the person $100. Like you can just leave and not have that person's parents tracking you down.
Yeah.
So Tim, what are you saying?
I'm saying the homeless shelter.
Okay. Homeless shelter moves on. Would you rather
Kids, let me tell you about these 2 girls in this cup.
Would you rather have lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes,
That's cool as fuck.
Or-
That one.
Yep.
or every time you come, you're not allowed to clean it up?
They know condoms exist, right?
You mean like for the rest of time? Like you never clean it up. Like you shower, but you have to be careful to not rinse there.
I feel like a daily shower could be fine.
What if I hired a butler?
Oh yeah, so like you can't clean it up, but you can allow someone else.
Yeah, because it just said you can't clean it up. So you can just hire a cum butler. Which sounds like the worst possible name for someone to call, like, their sub.
Yes, get over here, cum butler.
Yeah, it's like, I can't remember guzzler or, like, dumpster, but, like, you could just, like, cum butler?
It sounds like Dom really wants lifeless eyes, though.
I mean, like, there's no downside to them. You just look cool.
Except for the fact that everyone just assumes that you've got mega dilated pupils and you can't get a job anywhere for being on drugs.
I mean, they can drug test you.
It's a medical condition. They
That's
can't
fair.
discriminate for that.
Yeah. I'm game.
Yeah, maybe it'll get you more jobs. You can be an actor. Or a
Good.
model. Hell yeah.
Alright. Would you rather taste rancid milk every time someone talks to you?
Every time someone
Or-
says anything, Jonathan dies.
Or be blamed for the Vietnam War?
I would rather that one.
That's what I'm thinking.
Because A, wild, and B, by who? One dude? So some crazy person probably already blames me for the Vietnam War because I'm a millennial.
No, I think this is like,
No, everyone. Like, you're universally blamed for it.
yeah, if you bring up like, if you're like arguing something with someone, they're like, yeah, well, at least I didn't cause the Vietnam War.
When was the Vietnam War?
For you.
Yeah, so I don't mind.
Hey, it's still, everyone agrees that it's your fault.
I mean, it doesn't say they can't be convinced otherwise. Plus, I just want to hear people work through that logic.
Yeah, that would be fun to hear. Much more fun than rancid milk.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's no contest for me.
Yeah.
Because again, one of them is just you die.
It
Yeah.
didn't say that you would have rancid milk in your mouth. It said you would experience the sensation of tasting it. This is the only way Jonathan can safely taste milk, guys.
No.
We have to do this
No.
for John.
No. Fuck off. You've done enough bad stuff today.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright. Would you rather watch your conception in 4K ultra high definition with commentary and a slow-mo cum shot?
Wait, commentary
Or-
by who? Because that's important.
I think we can assume it's your
Tony
parents.
Hawk? Oh.
I was gonna say
Or-
I was
grandparents.
thinking Morgan Freeman, but okay.
Or never stop moving or you die like a shark.
Oh, fuck that one. I have ADHD. That's already a thing.
I mean, technically, some part of you is always moving anyway.
Explode.
Yeah, well, not
Heartbeat.
actually.
Heartbeat.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like, my leg
Also
won't
have
stop
the heart.
bouncing no matter what, so, like, I'm fine. Hey!
Put you in a barbecue roll while you're asleep.
What is a barbecue roll?
When you're barbecuing something and you keep turning it over the fire.
Oh, like a spit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fine with getting spit roasted. Whoops, we said a different thing. Whoops, revealed a little too much info. Anyways,
Yeah.
about that conception video. Whoops, that was not a good time, huh?
Just a heartbeat doesn't count, because even sharks have a heart. They just have to move in order to breathe.
Right, so our lungs keep moving.
Well, do they have to
If our
move in
lungs
order
stop
to
moving, we
breathe,
die.
or does there have to be a current? Furiously starts googling sharks.
The current would carry the shark along. The shark's speed
Yeah.
would eventually basically match the current.
Yes, but in
The shark needs to be moving
but-
relative to the water.
Exactly. So in the time where there is a current, but the shark hasn't started moving yet, would he not be breathing?
He would, and then he would catch up with the current, and he would stop.
So what I'm saying is he doesn't need to be moving all the time in order to breathe, but that's the easiest way.
So what we do is we drop the shark inside a whirlpool, and then the shark can just never move again.
Yeah, and then we tie the shark to the wall, and that way, like, he just never has to put effort into living.
Yeah.
So we just have to torture a shark.
To grant it eternal life.
It still needs to eat, guys.
I don't believe in that.
So, yes, I would agree that if my lungs ever stop moving, I will die.
Or my heart.
So I think you have to actively move, like a shark.
It did say like a shark. A shark has to move in order to breathe.
So here's the thing, though. Sharks even have to move while they're asleep. They turn off half of their brain, and
Well, yes, John, humans keep breathing while we sleep, too.
yeah, well,
Yeah, but we don't have to run on a treadmill to breathe.
yeah.
Or walk.
Yes.
What was the other option?
Watch your conception in 4K ultra high def with commentary and a slow motion cum shot.
But see, that's a one-time thing.
I just would be afraid that one of my parents are bad at sex. Like you watch it, you're like,
that's
God,
where I get that
my
from.
parents are vanilla as fuck. Ugh. Also, I don't know what the problem, like, why the slow-mo cum shot is bad. It's inside the person, generally, right?
That is how Babby is formed.
Maybe you get X-ray.
What is this, Rule 34?
It is now.
I feel like that's the better option.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I'm pulling towards.
I'm pulling for the one that doesn't affect me in the slightest.
Is your knee still
Yes.
jittery when you're asleep?
I mean, I move a lot when I'm asleep. Yeah, I have trouble sleeping, so I toss and turn a lot.
Okay. Well, we have to go one way or the other.
I'm
So-
also assuming that, again, there wouldn't be an answer where the option is, you just die. You just die if you pick this one, because if you sleep, then you can't move, so you die.
This is the last. So once we finish this, we go back and we go back to the other side. So all right, well, let's
No.
go back to the other side.
No! The battery! My nemesis!
What?
The battery
Alright,
life on my
so-
controller!
Oh,
Would you rather
This is worse than the Dark Souls camera!
have the number of days since you've masturbated
That one.
displayed on your forehead,
100%.
or have tiny hands like a rat?
Both.
number on forehead.
I would
Number
like
on
it.
forehead.
No,
I would-
forehead.
I would like both to see if the number grows larger because of it. Or if it's always at 0. I really, honestly, can I make one minor change to just make the number thing better?
Okay.
Instead of days, it is the lowest whole number unit of time. So like seconds or minutes or hours.
Do the praise thing in the circle. 'Cause there's the circle behind you. The 5 circles on the ground. It's identical to the one upstairs the other guy was in.
I don't think it actually does anything here, but I'm doing it because I like it and it's fun. Make contact is my favorite.
It looks stupid.
It really does.
It helps you not fight a boss.
Okay.
And why
or
are
like
you
a
arguing
mini
against
boss.
it being days?
Say again?
Why are you arguing it against
Oh.
it being days?
Because like if it's always 0, that's fine or whatever. But like, how much more fun is it when you show up to work and it's just like, huh? Every second that I'm looking at you, it goes up by 1, and you're just like, yup. I gotta go. Like you walk into the bathroom and it's just like climbing rapidly, and then it hits 1 minute, and then it's climbing a little slower, and they're like, wait a second.
Would you rather have random people boo and spit at you everywhere you go, or lose a minute of your life every time you laugh?
Laughing, because it, again, barely matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to think that your method of death would still be the same, so like... so like, you just... If you were gonna get hit by a car, it just happens in your living room instead, because your time of death like moved forward by like 2 hours.
The big brain got bigger.
Yeah, he's a meanie.
Alien dude.
This is the Celestial Emissary, which is a very strange boss, because it's just these guys that we've already fought, but now one of them is big.
Would you rather get caught stealing from the people in a homeless shelter, or have lifeless eyes, black eyes like a doll's eyes?
That one.
Black guys.
Bye,
Yep.
guys.
We should space those words apart a little bit. So it sounds like black eyes and not black guys.
Or black ice?
I would rather have black ice all the time. I hate driving.
What about that white snow?
Hey Rose, do you remember that time I was driving you home from D&D and we hit that black ice? That was a fun time.
Would you rather be blamed for the Vietnam War, or watch your conception in 4K UHD with commentary with a slow-mo cum shot?
I know those both.
What'd you say?
4K to list both.
I'm gonna say Vietnam War, because again, I just want to hear people's logic on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Alright. This is the quarterfinals. Would you rather have the number of days since you've masturbated displayed on your forehead, or lose a minute of your life every time you laugh?
Forehead.
Forehead every time. We all know it's gonna win.
Yeah.
We're just seeing who's second.
Alright. Let's do the semifinals on the other side. Would you rather have lifeless black doll's eyes,
Yes.
or yes, or be blamed for the Vietnam War?
See, that one's tough because it's still fun to try and figure out how their logic works.
Yeah, but like, wouldn't it be cool to have like video game eyes that are just black and lifeless?
Oh, there you go.
You
What
did
a-
it.
What a
Yay.
cool hard boss.
You were right about to die there at the end.
Yeah, but that's because I didn't care enough to heal CBH. I was just like, yeah, I'll just hit him a lot.
Alright, Tim, what's your choice?
Yeah, I'd go for the eyes. The Vietnam War thing would be cool a couple times, but after a while it would just get annoying.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Alright, now for the finals.
Forehead.
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 Alright.
It's just, it was such a good one. Like, it was such a, like, huh, that's actually interesting. Like, you just, like, you go to work and someone sees you and they see the number like 4 on your head, they pull you to the side, like, "You're right, buddy. Haven't had much free time. Are you stressed?" I know how to fix that stress.
Would it count if someone else did it?
That's not masturbation, so...
Well, it's weird because if they do it, it's a hand job, but if you both do it, then it's mutual masturbation.
Right. So if it's mutual masturbation, does it count?
I don't know. I've never been asked that question out loud. I didn't even know why I specified out loud. I've never been asked that question.
I think not.
I think no, because it isn't... It still really isn't masturbation. Okay, so now let's get into alternate reality versions of yourself. And is that masturbation, or is that incest?
That's masturbation.
Oh no, I don't want to... No, I don't want to summon him. Oh, there's my wife.
Hi, wife.
No, not like my actual wife, like my in-game wife, Ibriatas.
Do you put her head in a cage?
No. The only cage we're in is our house and our rooms, also the world. How many more did we figure out?
Plastic bag.
Capitalism as a whole.
Butterfly net.
I meant that we're in, not like...
I mean, speak for yourself. I don't have a webcam on.
Oh, you're like an extra wormy today, princess.
Oh, that's your wife.
Yeah. She's so beautiful.
Oh, by the way, when she kills you in like 2 seconds, it'll be time to stop.
You have no faith!
Correct.
Which is fair. I'm not actually sure, like, if this boss is considered, like, difficult or not. Especially considering it is, like, a optional boss.
I don't like how many worms her mouth has.
I don't like that. I think her eyes are on worms, but they're sort of, like, in the middle of all the other worms, so it's really difficult to, like, they kind of move a bit. And they look, like, a little too human. I'm not dead yet.
No, but you're running out of Estus. And, it's actually surprising that you weren't dead.
You are correct.
Don't worry, just don't get hit. That's the thing that you do.
Yeah. When are you gonna do your cool galaxy attacks? Well, like any other Souls game with a bestial boss, just stay in the butt.
Dang, are you gonna win?
Oh, I'm losing HP though, somehow. Hey! I did almost accidentally say pussy eaten instead of phrase slaughtered.
You did it. The stream will never end now. John said
Yeah, take that, John! No fucking faith in me! Think I have the number of days since I've masturbated tattooed on my forehead because I'm suck at this game? No!
To be fair, you did just, go nuts on your wife's ass. Pussy eaten might be more appropriate.
I guess that's more ass eaten. I think the worst way of saying ass eaten would just say analingus achieved. So anyways, thanks everyone for coming out to the stream today. I hope that's the thing you wanted to hear.
End with that. Hooray.
I mean, if you want to end with this beautiful picture.
Bye.
Bye.
Beautiful.
Her eyes are up there. Zooming in on her.
Really zooming
That's where the camera sits, unfortunately, is a lot lower down than the eyes are, which is a little weird. Alright, bye.
Bye.